Hey guys, so thanks for joining me on this Super73 Explore video into the Notting Hill area. So a lot of the time I'll head to East London, through the City of London to Brick Lane and sort of circle back, but occasionally I'll come west, I'll head west and I'll go to Portobello Road and through the Portobello Road Market. So I really like that area, Portobello Road. I feel it has quite a village feel to it. So some of you viewing this video abroad might be familiar with Notting Hill due to the Richard Curtis movie in the, I think it was like the early noughties with Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant. I think the movie, I like the movie, I've only seen it once, but I think one of the sad things with the movie, I think it didn't really highlight how multicultural Notting Hill is and the history, but see, that's not what it was really there for. It was there to be a rom-com, but one of those sort of like British films where you have the light and the dark moments with like sort of serious bits of drama, like the character that was disabled and the trials and tribulations that she went through, and then a lot more comedic moments. I always go left, but I thought this time we go a different route. You know, I always like a bit of variety in my bike rides. Yeah, the dreaded temporary traffic lights up ahead. This has to be the first temporary traffic lights in a long time we've actually seen construction work going on. A lot of the time you'll see temporary traffic lights and nothing, no road dug up, no work people, nothing. So Notting Hill Carnival. Notting Hill is also famous, very famous, for being home to the second largest street festival in the world. And I believe it's this area around this structure to my right where they have a stage where the floats stop and you have a panel of judges who judge each float, and I believe there is a winner of that year of the Notting Hill Carnival that's crowned. But yeah, before I was talking about, so this is the road we want to go down on the right. So this is Portobello Road. So yeah, before I was talking about, So before I was talking about the movie Notting Hill and the representation. So my grandmother, I didn't realise until a few years ago, that when she came to London from Jamaica when she was about 8, uh, her and her parents and her brother and sister lived in the Notting Hill area, and Notting Hill, in London anyway, was the centre of the Afro-Caribbean community. The Notting Hill Carnival itself was founded by a lady called Claudia Jones from Trinidad and Tobago. And I think it's absolutely criminal that there is no movie about Notting Hill Carnival, considering it's the second biggest street festival in the world. I believe, if I'm right, it attracts about 1 million people each day. And it's estimated to bring 400 million to the economy over the 2 days that it's on, which is usually around the time of the August bank holiday here in the UK. So usually I would just keep following Portobello Road, but I think it's busier today than I usually find it to be. So I'm going to take a road that goes parallel and cut out a bit of the road. You get to see a bit of the architecture. So the thing with Notting Hill is you have properties like, say, the ones at the end of the road, which some of them could be worth 1 million. And then you have properties like this social housing, former social housing on the the left, right next to each other. So this modern house on the left, me and my mum visited it once for the open house event. And then some of the properties you'll find, like these ones on the right, painted in really colourful colours, and this one on the left, and people were on holiday will take pictures. I'm going to see if I can find a property. There's a few properties which the owners got really annoyed at influencers. I think it's probably more influencers than just average tourists, and the sort of things they were doing. I think it's this road. Okay, yeah. So again, on this road you can see rainbow coloured buildings, homes, flats, and apartments. But you've got these three on the left, which the owners painted black because they were just absolutely fed up with people taking pictures outside. But the week that they did it and it got reported, I remember coming up here and seeing a whole group of women taking pictures in front of the property. So it doesn't seem to have worked that much. I guess it's detracted all the people who wanted to have a picture by a pastel-colored or sort of rainbow-colored property. So we're just heading back to the college now, and you guys are seeing the part of the market that I bypassed. I remember once me and my mum came down here, and I can't remember why we came down here, but we stopped in a nice little cafe down here, and there was an elderly man sitting by himself having a coffee and maybe like a pastry. I kind of felt like he was one of the old school residents. I'm going to bypass the market again. Actually, this is where I turned the last time. I'm going to turn left this time once I get to the end of the road. And hopefully I can rejoin Portobello Road a little further up. Can we get through on that side? Okay, not so much that side. This way. I assume this bit they're probably pedestrianising it.
I have a lot of vanilla.
usually when I'm riding, I'll have the music, so people will hear the music, and they usually like move aside at some point. But there is, I think it's further up the hill. I thought it was on this stretch. Yeah, so it's just over the junction. It's a fairly unique type of mural. So you see that teapot on the right? The building, not next to it, but the one next to that. So if you come down here and you look at it front on, where they've chipped away the plaster, it's a portrait of a man's face, and you can see his eyes, the bridge of his nose and his eyebrows. We're almost at the end of Portobello Road, and if you enjoyed this journey with me, why not give me a like, subscribe and share. And if you've ever visited the area, put a comment down below about your experience. What do you like about this road? And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day, guys.